Go.
Alright, this is the Mega Post, and here today we're going to talk about SMT IF, or Shin Megami Tensei IF.
Just the fucking worst game I've ever played.
It's only like the most frustrating game I think I've ever played, and why I suggest that everyone should play it. I suggest that everyone does.
Hey guys, welcome to the pissed off but rational gamer here. Let me tell you why this game is a fucking piece of goddamn trash.
Oh my god, we're stealing bits now. Oof. How original.
Yeah, originality died 8 years ago.
Originality died when the PS2 came out. Come on, guys. You have to call it the PlayStation 2. Can we come up with a new name?
More like Piss Station 2.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, that feels like a joke right out of the AVG end, but...
that sounds gross. We're keeping that in. But anyway.
Keep whatever that was in.
Yeah. A lot of people compare this to Persona because there's a guardian system.
Because it's in a school.
Well, there's a school,
and
you pick a friend to hang out with. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, and you know the guardian system. Yeah, the guardian system is kind of like a Persona, in a way that in a way, like you're protected by a god or goddess or demon or whatever. And
like when you die, you get, depending on how you die, you get a better one.
Yeah, pretty much. It's essentially just Shin Megami Tensei IF prototype Persona.
Shin Megami Tensei 2, this time,
it's for real.
Shit gets real.
Yeah. And
you ever played Shin Megami Tensei 1? You've played SMT IF.
If you played any of the old school games, it's essentially
the same goddamn thing. Maybe a little more bullshit, maybe a little less.
I would argue a little bit more bullshit because you have to worry about your guardian stats, and that will come important.
Sloth.
We'll get to that.
But we'll get to that can of worms.
All right, so you start off. All right, like you're in a dream state.
Want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, we're gonna get there. This is how we're gonna build up. Yeah, don't worry. We wake up. All right, on the back of a cart, moving towards an execution zone.
A man looks at you and says, "You're finally awake, huh? They caught you trying to cross the border. Same as us and that horse thief over there." Which is really progressive at the time.
But no, you talk to like one of those those cheap like dummy ventriloquist arcade things that tell you a fortune.
Oh yeah, it starts off. Pick your attribute.
I'll tell you exactly what stats you're going to be aligned with, starting off. But first, give me your wallet.
First, give me that fucking money. Give me your fucking money.
Hold on there, SMT gamers. But yeah, no, you just pick your stats. Very simple.
And then you wake up on your desk.
In a convoluted, and then you just said, "Hey, haha, you fell asleep. You slept through the entire class, retard. Guess who's not passing their midterms?" And
then an earthquake happens.
And then here comes the law character to go check up what fuck's going down. And this character is Yumi. Now, she's basically save bitches, get out. Essentially, probably one of the most boring characters because it's literally save the day and then leave.
And that's it. Yeah, you just beat what's it? Yeah.
And then there's two other people that you can talk to. One of them's upstairs and 2E, and his name's Charlie. And his thing is fuck bitches and leave. By himself, but he can bring one person with him, and it looks like that you're the one who to fill the role. But obviously, you say no to both of them, and then you just go to talk to Reiko after doing a very specific thing of finding the demon. All right, saying no to literally everyone else, and then you talk to her,
and then she becomes your friend.
And she's like, "All right, you got to talk to her twice, because you gotta build her up, gotta build up that friendship." So she's, "Yeah, I'll fucking come with you. I know who the real, villain is." And it's like, "Oh, really? We already know who the villain is? It's Hazama, my brother.
That's not revealed.
It is revealed.
Did she say that?
Yeah, no, she says, the first thing she says is my brother, Hazuma. Gotta go stop him. Which, Hazuma's a real dirtbag. Imagine being bullied, and, instead of being a rational person and finding a way to resolve this,
instead of using facts and logic.
You become Demon King, and you send your school into hell, and have all of your classmates and teachers play through a very serious, cruel, and unwilling games in order to prove a point, just to probably lock them up forever. You're a pretty fucked up dude. But at the end of the game, I promise you, and not really that much of a spoiler, because kind of like, what would make a guy do this? And the reason why is he was bullied. Because Hazuma, he was a gamer.
And gamers don't get respect.
And if you think so, that just makes you a beta cuck. And essentially, Hazuma's a big bad dude, and he
made him deal with some demons, and he trapped the whole school in hell. And you can pick either Charlie, Reiko, or
Yumi,
unimportant, or Yumi,
yeah,
and go off. We both picked Reiko
because the neutral route is undoubtedly
always the true ending.
I kind of hate that. Don't like it. But essentially, the plot is you have to. Hazuma says, all right, let's set up a little game. Instead of a children's card game, we're gonna play this in a game of wits. You have to go and collect rings, like fucking Sonic. You gotta play Sonic 06 and go and collect all the rings in order to go and face Hazuma. And the first one, you fight in your gymnasium, which is like they transform some woman into a demon.
Mary Jane.
Her name's Mary Jane. Yeah, I don't know if they named her that specifically because there's a thing out there called Mary Jane, or they just here's a random person, they've been turned to a demon. It's serious. It's a crime against nature. Hazuma's real evil. He's an evil
easy peasy boss
that no one here has ever died to once, right?
Totally.
I
totally didn't die once because I was fucking around.
My co-host definitely didn't die because he wasn't paying attention. But you go, you take the ring, you go and fucking walk her down
beat
to
up
school.
A science teacher.
Yeah, your science teacher seems to be a real loony bin, a real whack job, because he believes in the evil that is Scientology, and he does not want you to pass and do things on his territory, because the great king demon Hazuma would give him 3 acres of land, or some shit like that. So what you do is you beat the shit out of your science teacher so bad that he goes in a spiraling depression, and he'll come back to an enemy that you have to encounter over and over again.
Over and over again. That I didn't beat in one of the encounters through pure save scumming.
I can't believe I had to fight that guy on 4 different occasions. What the fuck? I did not want to do that because that's boring.
What the fuck is this? It's a bunch of poopy ass dicks.
Yeah, pretty much. But
aren't we a fucking cool? Aren't we a good review group?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. We take this seriously. We're 1000% serious. You can tell how stone cold serious we are. We take our lives very seriously. So you fucking. Then it just comes down to the dungeons, and it just becomes. You get to learn more about why Hazuma does not like people, because he's a real social outcast, because he's a gamer. And he deserves respect. Because he can play the Super Famicom without even looking.
He's a cool dude, and the first... when you beat him...
Hold on.
Hang on.
The first area we go to...
That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah. the first area we go to... 7 deadly sins.
7 deadly sins.
Well, technically 5, because there's 5 locations before the final boss area.
They change depending on your character. The good and the evil character don't really matter because we didn't play that. Literally nothing changes. It's just different level. Just
there's
1 or 2 different levels.
Basically, different puzzle, different boss. So if you want to play that, go ahead. But, you know, so for the neutral route, which is Reiko, which is what we chose, the first place you go, and I think this is the same for everybody,
You go to Pride.
Go to Pride. And basically, it's just 3 floors, nothing really stopping you, no traps, no puzzles, just kind of like...
You buy a gun in the main dungeon. You buy the best gun in the town. You shoot the boss.
Yeah, or
the demon emperor comes up, talks to you for a bit. Like, oh, you did this. You did good, but you still gotta go more.
I really can't believe you did that. I was not expecting like two people to do this. I was really expecting more. Not gonna lie, kind of upset about my staff team. Well, at least we don't have to worry about giving him Employee of the Month because he's dead. Congrats, you
killed my thing.
And, you know, fun fact, all of the, like, actually not all of them. I take that back. So I was about to say that all of them were, like, fallen. But one of them is not technically a fallen. So, anyway, you get out, you put the ring into the middle of the mausoleum, and it says, oh, a new door has opened.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about the hub world.
Oh, the hub world?
Oh, yeah, where it just connects the sentence. You'll cue footage of Hub World.
Don't worry, there's a shit ton of Hub World footage because that's like 10% of the game.
We're using entirely his footage. Mine got corrupted. I named my character Cock.
You know, very inappropriate. Who gives a shit? You know, it's a video game. You're literally.
I'm surprised my character wasn't the bullied kid in high school.
Imagine waking up and you're fucking named after a fucking male genitalia. It's like, yo.
What do you want to name your... He's born. It's a boy. What do you want to call him?
It's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon. You get to choose the neighbor kid's like name. I'm gonna name him
Cock.
I'm gonna
name him Cock just because.
Anyway, the Hub World, you open it up. You go to Gluttony. Gluttony has a lot more. You know, puzzles. They have damage
Gluttony
tiles.
has a casino I spent 4 hours in.
There's like 2 to 3 different places where you can get like a casino. Go to a casino.
So long in that casino, like so long,
and
long enough that it delayed the actual video because I made no progress in game.
I mean, gambling's always fun.
I did it to get an item. You get the Jack Frost Rod, the King Frost Rod, which just wrecks house.
Up until you get better weapons.
I used it the entire game.
Yeah. I actually got a really good sword in the Greed? Or no, it was Envy.
Greed confused me, but we're getting ahead.
No, it's Greed, yeah. No. I'll talk about that cool sword.
Alright, but Gluttony...
Gluttony is... fucking... It looks like vines.
Stories. Gluttony kicked my butt for a little bit because I was unprepared, but...
I think I was a little unprepared. Like, the first part of it was easy. Like, stupid easy, and then I got to the mold part, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to grind.
It's just more like the... I actually didn't really have too much of a problem with Gluttony. You go down to Gluttony...
And then you
have to go.
Teacher. You have to fight your teacher to get a microplasma, plasma energy, so you can shrink yourself to be eaten by a demon named Orcus.
And then you have to fight the actual.
Yeah, Orcus is a demon that occurs a lot, and it just shows how gluttonous. It's like a gluttonous fucking demon. So there we go. But you go inside his intestines, and that was not a fun place. There's spin tiles, and there was damage tiles, and
I actually
fake
never
doors.
found any damage tiles in there.
You never
fake tiles. I made my way to the boss really quickly.
I did not. I was confused because I get turned around easily.
I used the map.
I mean, I used my map there, but at the end.
I made my way relatively easily through it.
But essentially, at the end of his intestine, you get to fight his tapeworm, which was kind of underwhelming because I thought I was going to fight Orcus.
But nope, you fought the thing inside his gut, and by beating him,
you had to star in an episode of Monsters Inside Me.
Yeah, by beating that you've Oh, it turns out that demon was really the principal the whole
Oh,
time.
who knew that the principal had a part to play in this giant story? The story's actually kind of weak. I'm not gonna lie. Probably the weakest out of the.
The story's not really existent. The game, honestly,
The game is more like, do you want to just fight things?
it's to sum it up the simplest way here. We cut the review right here. It's a first-person dungeon RPG based on the 7 deadly sins.
And it was basically a kind of in between like SMT 2 and like the next project they were working on, like they do like most of the time.
And I mean, see what's after. What was after?
Then you go to Sloth. Yeah, Sloth.
Sloth.
Listen, let me tell you about Sloth. Alright, I think it'd be easier to get hit by a battering ram than to play Sloth. It's easier to storm the Capitol building of the United States than to fucking go through Sloth. Because at least the Sloth hated. Yeah. Don't worry, they'll know exactly when this is recorded. That people will truly know when this was recorded.
When the collapse of America.
I want to have like people like in fucking New Bethlehem or whatever, fucking like find like an old
whatever
like
nation
YouTube
forms from the ashes.
Yeah. I want someone to. If any viewers, can you please put this on a floppy disk?
It's, speaking of floppy disk, isn't that one guy?
You're talking about Steven, the guy who not Steven,
giving
but
him
like
that floppy disk.
Wait, who's the floppy disk guy?
Does that do anything? You give him a floppy disk in the save room, and he's like, "Wow, can I see this? Wow."
Oh, you mean the kid that you basically just go and save to? He doesn't even do anything. He's basically just there to. But anyway, you're in Sloth, right? And this is how like mega mind they're thinking. You know, you saw how prideful the first boss was, and you saw how gluttonous the second one is. Now you get to know how Sloth feels by playing 4 hours of gameplay just to get to the end. It takes roughly 4 hours if you don't speed it up.
Yeah, you have to You have to wait for them to dig out the dungeon,
and that takes a total of 8 moon phases. And fucking moon phases are not like fast. It's not a thing that happens like instantly. You gotta wait that shit out. So you're in a hallway for like fucking 4 hours,
up and down,
and grinding, and then healing, and then grinding, and then fusing, and then grinding, and then it's just a pain in the ass.
It wouldn't be too bad if the moon cycle was faster, and you didn't get into a encounter every 2 steps.
There's an easy way. I'm gonna give you some helpful fucking hits. Alright? Don't wanna do 8 moon cycles? Play the PlayStation version. The PlayStation version is 6, not 8. They knocked it down by a total of 2 fucking moon phases. Alright? Second, you're gonna need a demon with like a stoma. Unicorn has a stoma. It's like level 21. Level 21 to like 23. You should already be there. You look up like a guide. Like, there's usually like fucking tons of fusion guides to tell you what exactly makes it. But Unicorn is counted as holy, so there you go. You know what? Just find out what demons make holy, and there you go. Get yourself a damn Unicorn, because that shit's fucking rocks. Or you can be me and just not use a Soma and just grind purely off that.
That's what I did.
Sweet 70 XP each time.
Perfect.
That was a pain in the ass. And then you just go down and you just find out that everyone that you've already saved is in Sloth, mining away. You find the principal and his lazy ass can't do it, so you gotta help him, because he's old.
And he digs out a weapons appraiser.
Not even a weapons appraiser, he's just an item appraisal shop, and you pay him to find out what your shit does. Which...
And this is what this does.
Hi, welcome to the item appraisal shop. What is that? That's a life stone. That heals.
That's a goat.
That's a demon summoning program. Oh, where'd you get that? Pretty nice.
Give it to my friend Steven. He knows that.
Headcanon. All the shopkeepers know Steven, and they work together. Because who the hell opens shop in the middle of a fucking demon realm?
I get no customers. I need to put my kids through college.
And then, actually, I think there's 2 bosses, right?
Yeah, there's like one up in the corner of the map.
Press Slong, which is just like
the actual boss itself.
Just like a fat Russian dude on a bear. And then the second one was... We fucked up, there's actually only one boss, the fat Russian dude on a bear. So, guess what, gamers? You only gotta fight one boss in Slog. They were merciful at best. But then you go to Envy afterwards. And I hope you guys should probably stock up on some demons, probably fuse something away, because your main party member, which is your partner,
just disappears.
Disappears.
She gets called off.
She gets called out by an e-boy, and then she just instantly leaves you. So, bitches ain't shit. Nothing but hoes and tricks.
And God, I hated Envy. You just wandered I got lost a lot. I get lost very easily.
Now, I swear to God.
Same thing applies with when we get to Greed.
I was actually kind of happy at first when I got out of fucking Slog to Envy, and then I hated Envy because it's just a slog to get around. But it's not that bad once you, like, memorize the tile. I was memorizing the tiles by memory.
That's how memorization works.
Yeah, I know. Because I've been in there for, like, you gotta go there, like, 3 different times. Well, I did, just to find out that I'm still not good enough yet. For, like, a certain item.
Wandering around.
Yeah, so, basically, there's teleports.
I'm not gonna lie, I auto-battled a lot.
That's a dangerous game you're playing. Because most of them...
I auto-battled a lot, and I never changed my demons. I had, like, 2 demons the entire game.
Oh, yeah, but you also, like, soloed strength. And only strength.
Yeah. I went with a meathead approach, and turns out...
That works out.
Yeah, turns out just... you don't really need to use a strategy when you can just out-tank when you can tank the damage and deal out more.
Because magic is fucking useless.
Magic
in
is
every
useless
SMT game, except for like 3 and 4, and 4A, which is why they're kind of goat.
Speaking of foray into, there's like multiple layers. How many layers is there in the dungeon? Like 5?
I think 6.
And at certain points, there's 6 layers in the dungeon, and at certain points, it doesn't let you pull up your comp, which is what we didn't
do for like
everything.
Everything. You do
comp
everything
is
with
what you literally do everything with.
Map. Summoning.
Yeah, you can't pull your
analyzing.
Map up. So you have to use a view orb, or...
You can't talk to demons without your fucking face computer. So you better fucking buckle up.
Yeah, it's a pain. That dungeon's a pain to get to, or a pain to get through. And then once you finally make it up to the top, Raiko is like, she wants to stay here. I want to live with him.
I want to live with my Twitch e-boy forever. It's awesome.
If you say yes and let her stay, she warps you back to the start of the dungeon, which now you have to do everything all over again. Good luck.
And if you say no, you get to fight the boss, which is Lilith. Lilith was a pain in my ass, because I died not once, but twice, and I had to grind again to get to a certain point.
I never died to her. I used the King Frost Rod, and it kicked ass.
Well, I did not have the King Frost Rod, because, which I don't know how, because she reflects, like, ice skills.
Oh, no, wait, no, I had a gun. I used a gun.
Yeah, because I told you ahead of time, don't use King Frost on Envy. Because...
Guns, they work. There's a demon in your path, a fucking 5.56 NATO round will do the trick.
Support your local pawn shop. They might have a gun just for your need. But,
God, I'm looking at a fire.
So yeah, you kill Lilith in her scandalous ways, and you get back your partner, and she's like, bro, I can't believe...
Ring.
He's like, and she's like, damn, I can't believe I was simping for an E-thought.
Oh, we didn't even address what the rings are.
The rings aren't important, they just open up stuff.
Or what they're called.
I mean, do they matter? Like, they're rings. They say ring of humility, ring of tolerance, ring of, like, happiness, ring of friendship, and then those are just used to open stuff up. It's not that big of a deal. Then
You
have
fight
to
the
go
science
to,
teacher
you fight the science teacher again.
again.
And he's got a cool science arm, because Scientology never fails, except when the times it does. And it's crazy.
Except for when you beat him 2 times before.
And then he's like,
You beat
okay,
him.
alright, you beat my science arm and my science legs, I'll be back. And then he leaves. And then you have to go through greed. And
Which, in greed, don't pick any treasure up.
if you do, you get to beat the shit out of a small demon fox that
For
can't
every
defend
treasure
itself.
For every treasure you pick up, the boss's health gets up, and if you collect all the treasure, the boss's.
Actually, here,
I mean-
well, there's 7 different forms of this fox, and it's insane. And depending on how much from 0 to like all of them, depends on how strong the fox is, which is actually a really unique boss design. I kind of wish they did more unique stuff with bosses earlier.
Also, quick guide for greed. When you go down onto the 2nd floor, go right. Don't go left. You'll get lost if you go left. Go right, and you take a turn, and go down a hallway, and then you go down.
Going right, because the other path left me.
Because I got confused in greed, and I got SMT IF has made me realize that they just padded that game out with mazes.
And mazes are... Remember, kids, don't maze in game.
Stuck in your game development? Put a fucking maze in it.
It's what they should
Make me down all these Tylenol pills real quick.
It's alright. Because after trying to mega mind your way through greed, you finally get to the end where you get to fight the fox Shafei or Shafai, I don't know. Yeah, very
we didn't
easy.
pick up anything.
So very easy.
Yeah, we didn't pick up
and she's and
anything.
And then
it had
she's
the minimal
like,
health.
yeah, and she's like, damn, you really didn't do anything. I was kind of expecting to be powered up, and I can't like do that now. So
alright. Should have talked about this a second. Hopefully, you beat it. You go to grab the ring. The science teacher shows up, grabs it, and says, "Hey, come to my lab and fight me," which is on one of the levels. Hopefully you remembered where that was at.
Floor 2. It's on floor 2. Alright, it's like in the corner. I'll show the map image of floor 2 and where you need to be. Because I skipped that dialogue because I'm like, oh, it's science teacher, whatever, because I totally forgot I had to go fight him again. So I walked my ass all the way back to the gate, went all the way to the school, and I'm like, why isn't anything happening? So I had to walk all the way back.
And then you realized you didn't have the ring.
And then I had to walk all the way back, and it sucked ass. And I'm like, okay, so where do I go? So I just had to go through the maze halfway again, just to get to the science teacher to fight, and he was easy. He didn't take much time at all.
He took me a lot of time, because I at that point had not been grinding or getting the appropriate demons, and I was ill-equipped, and I managed to beat him through pure scummery.
Pro Megaten move. Grind, and then when you're done, grind some more, and then pick up some extra demons, fuse them, and then you're ready to go.
Or you can do what I do and scum the boss.
Or you can scum it. You can say it's scum. It's always a pleasant option.
It's always.
But you take the ring.
Just a pleasantish.
So you take the ring and you say, damn, alright, we did it. We broke the seals. Now we gotta go back to school and see what we can do. And it turns out, all you did was unlock the roof of the school, like the top floor, because Hosmer has so much demon power, he can make like 10 more floors.
Which are all, surprise, surprise, a maze.
Actually, the first 2 are mazes. Well, actually, the first 3.
Those ones are mazes. But once you get up a little higher, you get high-level demons.
I promise
with
you, gamers.
Insta-kill abilities.
Yeah. Why the hell do they make pointless floors? Like, what was the point of that? Like, there's no demons there. You can't encounter any random battles.
Pad it out.
Just to waste my time.
Just to pad it out till you get to the actual demon boss.
Now, did you find the optional boss on like the 2nd floor? And
no, I did not.
Okay,
I walked past him.
I want to talk
I didn't know where he was.
I want to talk about this.
You talk about him since I didn't get to him.
All right, so he's Anu Manu or whatever. He's like a old school Mesopotamian, I think, not 100% sure, demon. And this name means something because I think Ahriman is another name for him, and he's one of the main bosses in Nocturne. And I just thought that was pretty cool. Little fun fact, little back to the Snapple Capple, cap. You said, there we go. There's your little fun fact. But he was actually not that bad of a boss. I thought I was gonna have trouble, but you basically debuff and then beat him, because that's 98% of the fights in SMT. You debuff them.
But look, you beat that boss. You go up to the roof.
And then
you go to the main office, and then you fight the Demon King himself, or the Demon Emperor himself.
And then he just essentially slow claps like one of those villains. Is congratulations, I'm a douchebag. I didn't expect you to get here. No. Fight me in my true form. And that was a really tough battle for me, because I actually that's probably the most difficult battle I've ever had.
Are you talking about fetus version of him?
No, I'm talking about the original version. And we'll talk about the second part of this fight, which is only in Reiko's route. You only get to fight that secondary last boss on Reiko's on the neutral route only, which shows that it's the true ending, sadly. And basically you just go, oh man, that's real poggers of you, Hazma.
That was banned.
Nope, the Pog champion mode was banned. Poggers itself was not banned. But essentially he's yeah. He does a lot of magic skills, Mabufudine, Agidine, or is that Maragidine? And then he does a
He also has one insta-kill attack. Oh wait, no, is that his second form that has an insta-kill attack?
No, he has an insta-kill on his first one, but he doesn't do it as much. It's Madoon. But Madoon really only hits the first 3 party members.
When you say Madoon, it makes me think of Mobile Dune from the Sonic universe. Just a little side bit there.
But yeah, and the Karakarn, which is a magic reflex skill, so just use physical attacks only, grab demons that are really good. For me, I was using Chernobog and just the main character, and I had everyone else heal, buff, and debuff. And when I mean debuff, I mean only use Tarukaja, because that's all I had and didn't feel like grinding anymore in that area. So only Tarukaja. Pro gamer.
And for me, I didn't get there because I didn't beat him because
not that bad. Honestly, it looks
look,
a lot.
I'll go back and I'll beat him. Let me rant here for a minute. Look, I got there, realized I haven't grinded enough and I don't have the right demons, and we've been putting this video off for a long ass fucking time. So I just said, fuck it. I'll just look it up. I don't have time. Look, Anthony and my buddy here, he's got more free time than I do. I mean, not to say what you do.
Not have enough free time, bro. I've been putting this shit off for weeks.
Well, not to say that, I know you have school and you still have your actual job, but for the past 2-3 weeks, I've been doing 50-hour shifts.
Sure, so pro gamer. What you did is you wake up, put some kerosene and some eggs in a blender, and you drink that, and that's how you work. That's how you get through your life, is that you live entirely on a diet of Monster energy drinks and whatever snacks you can get from your job.
Since I've started my job, I drink way more Monster than I should.
Oh yeah, brother. I'm not much of a Monster drinker at all.
This product brought to you by Monster Energy.
But it just turns out, after you beat Hazma, you still got a lot more to do in the neutral route, which absolutely sucks for you, because you haven't healed. Alright? You gotta use the items that you have, and then you have to walk your happy ass all the way back to the healing spot, and then you get to choose, or you get to choose to grind or forge on. I suggest you grind, because you were missing roughly, because I was at level 53. I'm already close to 62. I've jumped 10 to 12 levels in this area alone because the enemies are just that strong. I am literally fighting.
They will beat you.
They are which is really funny that the last area of the game has more enemies that you can auto battle than the previous places you can go. I just don't understand. Like, they put like roadblocks so you don't auto battle, and like the physical resistant demons in the first part of the school. But as soon as you get into like mental area, you can just auto battle when you feel comfortable, and it's just a pain in my ass. So
it's
a
fun little romp.
But don't worry, we're not done yet, because here's two options. You can either A, hope to God that there's like, I've checked everywhere. There's not one piece of like actual evidence of information of what level do you need to be or what guardian level you need to be in order to get Kakasuchi, which is hidden within Envy. Which Kakasuchi is like a little kind of like Easter egg to the first Majin Tensei, and so it does like a shit ton of damage. It's like kind of like put in, and I can't get it right now. So I either gotta grind until I can, but my guardian level's at 60. I'm already like pretty up there, and it's still not enough. So I'm grinding. All right, gotta get ready to fight the final boss, which is Kazuma's true mental form, which is just a giant fetus with his like body attached. Have you seen Naruto? Like fucking just like the Shikaku, like how Gaara was like fused on like that giant monster.
Yeah.
That's essentially the final battle. That's the final boss. That's what you gotta do. You gotta beat him, and then
you gotta fight Fetus Boy.
And then he spams instant death, because of course they have to throw in some kind of reason why you can't just auto battle after you get OP sword. So you gotta have demons that either nullify instant death moves, like Mudo, or you can buy items from like the gambling area, which there's 2 casinos in Greed and Gluttony. And they're called final saves. Those will save you. No, just it's the final save.
The final saves will save you. What a coinky dink. That's how they work.
But yeah, you beat him. You tell him he's a big stinker. You tell him he really shouldn't try to become a mental, like an actual demon god in order to get back to some kids, telling him that his Nikes were fake. His Jordans weren't real. What a fucking loser. And then he turns around and puts them in like fucking purgatory.
Which is uncool.
Unradical, even. So that's essentially the end of the game. I'm gonna give like a Yumi, alright? And she basically just like, we defeat Hazuma and then we get him to send everyone back. Like the school arrives, everyone's safe, and then we just go on about our days, which is pretty boring. Charlie's is, oh look, we were able to escape. We beat Hazuma and we left the demon purgatory realm. Now we'll pretend this has never happened before.
Pretend it never worked.
We gotta make sure this great evil never happens again, which we totally believe it didn't happen. Let's go on. Like, they're gonna be like drinking in their 40s, like forgetting that, like, they're gonna have PTSD because they never resolved the issues they like faced. And then Reiko is like, bro, I feel you. Let me join you in mental purgatory forever.
Let me fix your brain.
That's gonna take some work. Let's go ahead and send everyone back. And then that's it. That's the game. Alright.
You've done it. We did it.
We talked about the game in length. 44 minutes. And like...
The music's really good.
Music's great. Gameplay's great. Like an old school JRPG. If you played SMT 1 or 2, you'd fall in line with SMT IF pretty well.
Should you play SMT IF? No. No, you shouldn't. It's not really that impressive. It's dated. Its age really shows. if you want to see what the older SMT games were like, yeah, sure, but
Listen. If
I
you want
wouldn't go
to,
back and play
see like the idea of what made Persona, like what kind of like jump started it, this will be it. Because the Guardian system overall, not a good system. All right. Because you gotta grind, you cannot die, you cannot fuck up, because if you fuck up, you drop. And if you drop, you have to grind more. It's basically keeping longevity of a short game by giving you more shit to do. But if you have nothing else to do, SMT IF is something you can do. If you got like 30, 40 hours on you, got nothing else to do, got no other games, got a computer, got an emulator, play SMT if you want. But it's going to be long, tiresome, and most of the time you're going to want to jump off a bridge. But it can be slightly addicting when it comes to certain parts, like when you're in Greed, because I was really hyped in Greed. Because
the casinos really appealed to my addictive personality.
Yeah. The Japanese really do know how to make gambling in their video games.
They do be gambling, though. But,
maybe a wacky... If I had to tier everything, because gameplay and, like, music, and... There's story, gameplay, and then music. Music's like a 9 out of 10. But, like, 85% of the tracks are already, like, from the SMT 1 or 2. I don't think you knew that, Aaron. But... 95%.
I figured.
You figured they used
the
it.
The shop theme is pretty similar. They were the same thing, so.
Yeah, well, music's still good. Like, it's not like awful. At least the battle music's different. Gameplay, I would rate it probably maybe 7 out of 10. Like, not bad. It's not like atrocious.
If you have to play the PlayStation version, which has a couple quality of life fixes, but it's not translated. So unless you know how to read Japanese or you have a guide, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah, so it's like you don't have a cap of like 9 pieces of items, like a 9 items out of like a multiple. It like stops at like 99 for each like selected slot, so you don't have to delete like tens of thousands of different like life stones just so you can get to room. So that's pretty cool. Just PlayStation version of Sloth is just infinitely better because you don't have to look at a gray like backdrop for like 4 hours. Because oh my god, that like drained me. I went to work drained, and I'm like. I told my coworkers, you guys may think this sucks, but you guys haven't played the World of Sloth. So I made all my coworkers think I was crazy because I was basically saying I shared a gray screen for 4 hours, and I have a little bit of fucking what's it called? They do it to crazy people. They put them in a padded cell. It's like deprivation. Yeah. And they go fucking bonkers because they have nothing else to do. And
hey, how did you get? How you played? I don't know. You're shaking, you're rattling.
Yeah, the story, not too bad. I mean, it's not the worst. It's basically gotta stop evil. But the 7 Deadly Sin concept was pretty cool. Kind of wish they can go back and actually do a better one.
Kind of wish I could experience all 7 Deadly Sins.
You want to experience all 7 deadly sins and play SMT IF, because I swear to God, you'll feel...
You'll wanna die. You'll wanna fucking die.
But I genuinely had fun.
Nobody who watches this, the nobody, you're all...
Yeah, but anyway, it's time to spin the big roulette.
We didn't explain the wheel.
It's fine. No, it's here. It's at the end. It's the outro. This is the...
Okay.
The last couple minutes... This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna spin a wheel, alright? And
do you want me to spin the wheel?
Yeah, did you have it up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it, like, it's on my phone.
Well, I'm already at it, so I'll spin the wheel. There's a couple options. We get to choose which game is next, or we can pick or choose. And there's some other non-SMT things just to...
Yeah, there's some non-spice. There's a couple spices added on there I just did for a little fun, little hoops and doodles.
But this will decide what we get to review next and play through next. So that might take another month, but here we go.
To make another 2 goddamn years. Get a spin.
Ooh, feel like you're on the Wheel of Fortune, isn't it?
It's gonna be something stupid. I don't want to. If it's SMT, if it's Majin Tensei, I vote we skip.
Place
Really?
Persona 1.
Which one?
The PSP one.
Shoo!
So that's the next review.
Respin.
Nope.
Respin.
That's how it works. We get to listen to the same 20 seconds audio loop. Let's fucking get it, gamers. Let's get it. Let's go.
Oh shit! Hang on. This is gonna get loud.
But anyway,
I accidentally spun it on my phone. You're gonna have to cut
no,
that
it's fine.
polluted.
It's Persona 1. Everyone ready for Persona 1 in a month and a half, probably.
Get ready for Persona 1. I don't know how you're gonna record footage, but I have an SD. I have a capture card
actually. I'm just gonna emulate it.
through
But
for
before anyone bitches at me, I own Persona 1 on my Vita. Get off my ass, gamers! I own
Wait, did you buy a digital copy?
on my Vita. All right, but
Let me flex on you. I own a physical copy.
All right, but
But
that's the end.